Oh boy, that episode was just, man. Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Poke fans, and others with some puns video? I'm SoresanCrockxen here with another episode review of Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra Adventures. And oh my goodness, I have to say, there's definitely issues I have with this episode I'm gonna go over, but I want to say this right now. This is by far the best episode this series has had thus far. I'm not even joking. This is out of every episode I've seen so far, like, this is my favorite. Like, hands down, this is my favorite episode of all time. There were things they could have fixed. There are a couple things that I had issues with, but overall, this is hands down my favorite. So, just so I can get the issues out of the way, and then we can talk about the things I really liked about it. So, I don't like how rushed it feels. As I've mentioned in the last episode review and the episode review before that, they literally just rushed the Type Null stuff. I do not appreciate the fact that they went that route, because literally we had 4 episodes to do the entirety of the Type Null arc. I don't like that. It's too short and it feels too rushed. I also felt like the redemption for Lily was really rushed. I think there is definitely a way they could have done this better. First of all, if they hadn't rushed Type Null stuff, this wouldn't have been an issue to begin with. But when they did the scene to kind of hint back, when we saw the flashback, we finally see the flashback in this episode of what happened to Lily back then. I think the way they should have handled it is to, like, kind of do how some of those animes blur the lines between what's happening right now and what happened in the past. I've seen this type of thing done in anime before, where we have a situation that's happened to the whatever character in the past, and they kind of blur the lines of what's happening. So I would have preferred if they had done it that way, where you had the Alakazam doing the psychic on Lily, and then you had Silvally come in clutch, and then kind of merge the lines of it doing that, like her seeing Silvally come towards her, and then her blending in between being stuck in the psychic and being trapped by Nihilego, and then Silvally coming in and rescuing her. I think that if they had done it that way, it would have been a little bit better, because then it just felt like repetitive. The fact that we're seeing Silvally rescue her, and then we get the flashback of Silvally rescuing her. I think if they had blurred the lines, I think it would have flowed a little bit better in my eyes. Obviously, it's just me. Maybe other people like this specific way, but I think it would have been just slightly better than that. And I also don't like the fact that Faba just got away. Now for the good. I absolutely loved Team Rocket in this episode. I normally don't do that. I always talk trash about Team Rocket. They're the worst group of characters that we have to deal with. I don't like them being in the show. But this episode, bruh. So they show up, and then they are like, oh my gosh, look, it's the twerps. And then Faba shows up and tells them, hey, you need to get Lily so I can erase her memories. And they stand there and talk trash to Faba about the fact that you shouldn't be erasing people's memories, because memories are what makes the person. And I was like, bruh, this is the only time obviously they've had their redemption moments in the past. It is a thing that happens, and especially in the movies. But like this, they literally go, like, as the villains, right, as the bad guys, talk shit to the other bad guy, because they would never stoop as low as that other person, which is crazy. I felt that one when they were literally attacking. Well, it wasn't an attack, but when they were going at Faba, I felt that. Like, emotionally, I felt what they were saying, and I was impressed, because I don't like Team Rocket, and that was fantastic. I also love Gladion in this episode. I love the fact that I was completely thrown off, because at all this time, I thought Lusamine knew about everything that happened to Lily. I thought that she was aware of this, especially when Gladion told us. I thought that she knew all of this. But no, Faba, they're trying. That's still a thing I don't feel comfortable with, the fact that they're pushing Faba to be the only bad guy here. But that was deep, because, like, Gladion comes in after Silvally was kidnapped, and then he's, like, attacking Lusamine, or, like, talking to her about where Silvally is, where Type Null is, where all the stuff is, and talking about Lily and all this other stuff. And she's like, what the heck? I have no idea what you're talking about. And then when they go try to find Silvally in the lab, she is still, like, obsessed with the Ultra Beast, and, like, Gladion talks smack to her about how all she cares about the Ultra Beast, and the fact that she's just never concerned about Lily's emotions and how she felt and all that stuff. And I was like, damn, Gladion. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see some confrontation between these characters. And the fact that Lusamine broke down when she got Lily made that scene feel even stronger than it could have. Because at that moment in time when Gladion basically backtalked her, she realized where Lily was coming from this whole time, where Lily was always constantly about how you never care about anybody's feelings, you only care about yourself and all that stuff. When Lily told this to her, she didn't get it, but when Gladion tells it to her and what she's been missing, bruh, she took that hit her like a ton of bricks. I love these characters right now, I really do, because that interaction, these three characters and what their past is, was so well done. I loved it because Lusamine, you can clearly tell she cares about her kids, because she has pictures of them. She's always talking about them. She really loves them. She hugs and kisses them. She does all this stuff to her kids, but at the core, she doesn't know some key details that the kids know, and so she's completely unaware of this. Granted, if she had been that type of mom, when she would have asked all these questions, she would try to delve deeper into it and not just, oh, Faba told me this and this. I guess I'll believe him. That was great. I love the dynamic between these three. I cannot wait to see more of these characters and what they go forward with. Ash was just kind of there, which is whatever at this point. Like, I'm kind of glad they didn't focus on Ash. I think the best part about this episode is the fact that they really, which is one of the main problems. I just want to compare this to X and Y real quick. Ash is the main character. I get that. But when you have side characters that are supposed to be a part of the group and you don't flesh out their storylines or you don't do anything with them, it feels pointless. So I like the fact that they have this dedicated arc in this specific episode that had nothing to do with Ash. The only thing Ash did was the fact that he has Nebby and Nebby was teleporting them everywhere. But the storyline that was going on right here did not involve him as a character. It was all about Lily, Gladion, and Lusamine. And I freaking love that. I hope that we get to see more of the other characters as well, because I don't want this to turn into the Lily show. I know I've seen people complain about that for future episodes. I don't want it to be just the Lily show. I like the other characters. Kiawe and Malo are supposed to be my number ones, and if they don't get the spotlight, it's going to be kind of weird. But at the end of the day, this arc, for however short it was freaking amazing. Granted, I know there's still going to be more things when involved with the whole Aether Foundation, and obviously Faba has to be addressed at some point. Because Lusamine saw him attack her daughter. That is not gonna fly. So I'm really interested to see where the storyline is gonna move forward, what the next steps are. So Wally's now fully here. Type Nola is gone. He removed the mask. He's finally back in action, and I'm excited. I'm legitimately excited for the possibilities of what's gonna be happening next. I just hope that the other characters also get fleshed out a lot more, because I do not want them to sit in the backside. Because that's one of the problems that Pokemon runs into a lot of times when they have these characters. They don't do anything with them. I don't want them to do that. Please, for the love of God, do not let the other four just go to the wayside. I like all four. I want to see more of them. Do not throw them away. Also, just because I want a little add-on to the review. I did my research and I was right. Okay, Professor Burnett is supposed to be married with Professor Kukui. I saw it. I read it. I was like, damn it, I knew it. This is bullshit. It's not even an important note. Why the freak would you take that out? I just wanted to throw that in there. But that's going to be it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. What you thought of the video. I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.